Right. And to talk to the two faction leaders. Some quest going. Then
We've already found 3 villains.
deal with the rats.
By the goddesses, since I'm parched.
Then shut your mouth and go get us some wine, why don't you?
Now there's an idea with a ring to it. I'll be right back. Clean up, clean out. What am I? I've got the damn scullery maid.
I prefer to drown my sorrows
1400
in
hit points. Physical damage is respectable. They have a boost of 48%.
And back to me. I'm gonna call it, lads. Now for the plot. 5 of hearts.
So fire, air, earth, poison, inebrium, piercing are the weaknesses, but water is not one of them. With the mountain men.
Cheers. Oh, I wish there were other bombs that go up around here.
Water works perfectly against orcs.
Swimming alongside the men. What a stupid thing to do.
Hey,
Now
conduit's
for the
orders.
guard.
Pestilence to get on her bad side.
Now
You know
everyone's waiting
that.
for that one, eh? Yeah, but orders don't cure my feet, huh?
Go on. Then go and find yourself
Where the hell is their leader?
bloody often bothered.
A sheep with eyes.
You don't look like the rest of the immaculate that pass through here. Which tribe did you say you were from? Yes. Why not? 15 gold.
Tribe of suck my balls. Now where's your leader?
Go. Let's see those
Probably
cards.
meeting up with the orc
Cards.
leader.
By devil's... Hey! Keep your eyes off my cards, Flatlander.
We might go around stealing their health potions. Then they couldn't heal when the fighting starts. It's somewhat annoying. I mean, you can handle a couple of healing potions, but if everyone has a 50% health restoration in an potion, that's gonna be hard to counter, unless we take them off of it first.
Got me wages. But why not? The looting's done. There ain't much. Grab a chair and we'll deal you in. If you ain't afraid to lose your boots.
The choice to get healed in is there.
Keep your eyes off my cards, Flatlander.
Fire absorption.
Hey!
Even if we don't do pickpocketing, this gives us a good idea of what they have. Elemental protection scrolls.
This is it, you bunch of pansies. The cards are shuffled. Now,
Hey,
place your bet.
you'll not get a peek at these prisoners without Jarl's permission. What's going on in there ain't for the faint. What are you up to, sneaking around? A son of them? Want to get your hands on the flare knives, do you?
King of Claws.
Cheers.
3 of
Oh, I wish there were other bombs that go up around here.
Deluge.
I told you it was a mistake to go alongside the men. What a stupid thing to do.
Huge discounts on magic balls. You may think you'll get away with well, by the boot soles of Burl Boonhammer, what have we here?
Another human in Hunter's Edge.
Hail, Immaculate.
If you fancy keeping that human face of yours, I wouldn't take my cues from the chief of the mountain apes. I may have sworn to refrain from carving my name across his back, but yours...
Regular ray of sunshine, isn't she? Don't let her manners fool you, though. Her disposition may be dark. Believe me when I tell you that she's plotting against, but by the shield of the yes, an outsider not as yet distrusted by the orcs is exactly what I need in the matter of the missing bloodstones and the matter of the wizard's house. But let's talk in my...
I'll visit the orc shopkeepers first.
I guess those humans can't see all the big red stains about the place. Suppose they'd clean it if only they knew.
2 cards for everyone.
What's Gratilda doing with all that shiny black ore anyhow? That stuff makes my head ache.
Oh, my auger's flame kindles at your approach.
Deadly
In the market for
spores,
some magical
2
artifacts
hail
and
attacks,
scrolls
and
for you.
death punch.
What do you call it?
Looking equipment in general, I wouldn't mind getting a level up and revisiting these shops. The fucking robes are starting to be better than my superior plate there, for God's sake. Poison resistance, initiative, reflect any damage as air damage. Oh fuck. If this didn't have the reflect thing, this would have been a good switch too. Okay. Tornado, worthless earth resistance, worthless fire resistance, worthless +2 in length. I don't have a huge amount of cash on hand though. Maybe we should try to sell some other things. I will take every goddamn skull I can get though. Master level attack spell. Once we literally can't afford to pay for them, then we'll stop buying them. Not before. That'll at least counter things a little bit. We could do the thing we did in the silver claim here. Basically put full on pickpocketing gear and go around taking everything. We can also rob the shopkeepers once, so we can take a decent chunk of their gold with us. That should give us the funds we need without doing crafting every time. If we would find a good item piece now, equipment piece, we could not afford to buy it.
In the market for some premium gear, are ya?
Meteor strike. Strength, poison resistance, initiative, reflect 10% melee damage as earth damage. This is better because it's only melee damage, so it's much easier to control. Strength is good, initiative is good, poison resistance is good. So definitely better than what I currently have. I did take the lore master skill 1 level, so the lore master from this current amulet is irrelevant. This amulet here is superior in every way. Intelligence, Inebrium resistance, reflect any damage as fire damage. Inebrium resistance is attractive, but initiative is not irrelevant. If we can't be the first to move on a fight, we're going to have to deal with a lot of trouble. The fact that the invisibility usually works is because no one has had the chance to do anything to us. If they have status effects or damage stick on us, that's not an option. I can't afford it. I must have it. We have to go on a stealing spree of some sort. I can afford to create something, so we could make a decent amount of money, I guess. Don't want to sell healing potions. Oh, we had a Inebrium cell. I'm looking to get rid of this. It's not worth much, but it allows me to get this, so it's worth it. And I have no use for this, and I think I have it stored up in my homestead, and I can always just steal more. A genuine upgrade. I think the best thing about this is that it gives a little bit of a +5 strength from gear. It gives quite a bit of safety in it for us. We need 10 strength, we have 13. So we can both upgrade an armor, and if they lower my stats a little bit, it makes no difference as far as equipment is concerned. Also, poison resistance is fairly high now. Inebrium is lacking. I think poison might be more important. Inebrium is hard to take in large quantities, but I want everything close to 100. Rat catcher. Hello, catcher of rats.
The old rats. The old mother. An iron feet. What? Do I? Perfectly disciplined, aren't they?
You there, tell me, how's your vision? Any ailments in the liver or spleen? Lost ones are everywhere these days. I am a servant. How much better the lost serve her as bone autonomous. They end up with their
A nice lovely sight up there. all in a row. I never did much kick. Condemned most. I handle all of it. It'd be appalling. Good. Well.
To send Brutilda over the edge. And she doesn't seem to discriminate between ally and enemy.
What is it that you so enjoy about
There's at
death?
least a secret Tenebrium sales instead of here.
You look like a discreet.
Nice under cards, that one.
Cool. Let's have another round before I get too drunk to read the cards.
I'll win this one. The goddess is with me, I can feel it.
You. I can't trust you, can I? Hey, you. Stranger. Over here. You look
Guide
like
to
you're
Elegant
led
Torture
up
Volume
against the
3.
competition. Isn't that so?
Tenebrium resistance shields. Tenebrium shields, I guess.
Good cards. Really shiny.
Nothing particularly good, but they are offering the basic of Tenebrium equipment. Also requires Tenebrium 2 to wield.
Jack of diamonds. Finally. Jack of hearts.
Let's get
We
the
are
ball rolling
woefully
here. Fine.
inadequately equipped.
What are you, a beggar? I'll add
These
another
are still
10
a
to
little
the
bit
tally.
weakish weapons for the most
Come in
part.
sideways. I'm out.
Call.
What is it
Now
that
for
you
the
so
third
enjoy about
And I'm
death?
certainly not taking something that requires an extra skill. Okay, good.
Check. Let's see that last bloody card.
Test something.
Or an humble trader, my lord. Why, my lord?
Holding loot from his so-called all-mother. Interesting
Damn it
indeed.
all to hell, I'd fold.
Back for more.
This is for pure testing purposes. I'm buying a one-handed weapon, something that I can use.
Sword without thinking thrice about it.
What I want to see is
Nice
what
under
skill
cards, that one.
affects those or how they
Let's have
affect
another
them.
round before I get
We
too
have
drunk
a
to read the cards.
pure Tenebrium weapon of
The goddess is with me, I can feel it.
77 115.
No, go screw yourself with a rusty mace, why don't
Tenebrium 16 to 23. Right. That's irrelevant. But if I take weapon skills, what is going to get increased by what?
Good cards. Three shiny.
Let's say I'll take one-handed, single-handed, 1 point there. What happens?
Finally.
77 115, 16 to 20. So nothing.
Fine. I'll open with
So if I take
5 big ones.
Tenebrium more,
Going to call that hand. Come inside.
77 115, 16 to 23. How is the damage affected by this? Because this should be boost damage by 10%. This doesn't do anything. Probably neither of them did anything to this weapon.
Six of clubs.
That one's worth 10 coins for sure.
Fold.
But if I take
I'm out. Call. Let's see those cards.
Read
What
them and
is it
wait.
that you so enjoy
the
about
Tenebrium,
Game.
there's no,
Nice
so
under cards, that one.
Come. Let's have another round.
it has no,
before I get
the
too
skills
drunk to
don't
read
have
the
any effect on
cards.
the Tenebrium
I'll win
equipment.
this one. The goddess is with me, I can
let the
feel
lost
it.
die that you may live?
Let us get upgraded differently. Right, so as far as I can see, Tenebrium weapons are simply terrible.
Lady,
You
look
can't
closely.
increase the damage they do.
Fold. Trap on a cracker, I'm out. Call. Let's see those
For
cards.
more, are ya? Can't say I blame ya. None of
It was
them
one-handed,
comes to
definitely.
sword without thinking thrice about it.
And no matter what,
That one.
one-handed or Tenebrium make
Let's have
no
another
difference to
round
the
before
damage
I
it
get
does.
too drunk to read the cards.
I'll win this one.
Or why, my lord, I would with pleasure, my lord.
I did notice that the Tenebrium weapons weren't particularly interesting, but I never got the
Right. You round girl.
feel of a
Two cards for everyone.
Just
made it clear for myself why they were always unimpressive. That's
Now there's an
why.
idea with a ring to it.
The other weapons you can get the 50% damage increase. With Tenebrium you are stuck with nothing.
May your sword never sully, and your shield never shatter. I am Allah. Gods, we have the con. We didn't know. Now we're here waiting for further orders from the conduit herself. I don't know much of the deal. Is the wizard? My men have an orc tortured her, courtesy of Glutilda. As the orcs, why? So it is with the Glutilda, the conduit. She needn't. Glutilda knows. She knows. And with the spine breaker at her side, Glutilda stores. Aye. An orc so vile it has taken. Nevertheless, it's my belief that unlike the other males among the orcs, he's no fool. He's a spy, a discoverer of secrets. Right now he's looking. We would merely kill him. That rat lover on the other hand. Where we go, death is the horror that looms behind us. Where he goes, death is a murder. The Bloodstones are the reason we came here in the first. Both the Brotherhood and the... Last night, though, someone raided this very building and disappeared with our stones. They were being guarded by Garrick Giantbane, a son of the mountain had in trust with my life. Glutilda says he ran off with the Bloodstones, that he is a betrayer to the cause of The orcs stole the stones. Of that I'm certain. Glutilda is hatching some plan, and we'll all be in dire straits indeed if it comes to fruition. That is why I ask of you to find proof. Proof that it was an orc that did the deed. Once I have it, I have a reason to assault the orc.
Must be Xandon. Thankfully, these bloodthirsty brutes haven't found him yet.
Now there's an idea with a ring
Can I go to the prisoners now?
You the one Jarl sent it to replace the hand. Jarl gave you the all clear to try your hand, did he? Oh.
What are our options here?
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. Get back in there.
Yeah, these guys were all definitely dead when I arrived here the first time.
Do what you will.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
Do what you will.
They should all revolve around the torture, I would imagine, right?
Kill me now then. Go on, do it. What a mess! Isn't there a tidier way to do this? I'll not tell you a thing.
The thing is, I feel like this is something I need to do first when we start to cause trouble here. Let the prisoners escape. Yeah, this is the way to do it, definitely. We have to get rid of him.
Here to take over for those half-wits, are you? Thank the goddess's gilded garter. My assignment? Well, we guards are Jarl's eyes and ears, see? We keep watch over these prisoners, sure, but we listen in on the goings-on inside the torturers' chambers too. Never know what them greenskins could be withholding. Not to mention the way they keep the armory under lock and key. The man in charge is a great green goon, an orc named Law. At his right hand he's got a snivelling little goblin named... Well, I reckon it don't much matter. The heavy-handed Inquisition has killed so many prisoners, we're down to a last few out of a score or more. Amateurs. Standard fare. Frightened, good-for-nothing weaklings, if ever I saw them. There's two in lock-up now, with a third getting the treatment on the torturer's rack. I say, if we don't find out something useful soon, all this trouble will have been for naught. Grotilda keeps it locked tighter than a chastity belt, she does. I sometimes wish Chief hadn't granted so many of her bleeding demands. But I suppose he thought it better. One of her soldiers has got the key to the place. Myself, I've never seen the inside. Wouldn't surprise me a bit to hear the orcs are keeping the best of the spoils to themselves.
Yeah, that's probably very unlikely. Very likely indeed. Hmm. So there's clearly a plan here to get the prisoners out without them going into through the city. So it might, if we basically get rid of everyone here, it might not cause too big of a fuss. At the same time, I wouldn't want to
Shut
start
your
doing
eyes.
it
All is
immediately.
right.
Need to do something about the torture though, otherwise there's not gonna be prisoners left alive. Meteor grenade. Okay. Let's see what they've got.
This place reeks of blood and worse. I
You can
suppose
poke
this
my
is
eyes
where
out with that
Brutilda's
great
worst
gnarled horn of
cruelties
yours.
are
I
carried
won't
out.
talk.
Perhaps a bit less.
Ah, law cannot work in these conditions. Smash is art. Law need peace.
I won't talk.
Law are a craftsman of blood.
Yes, pigskin. Who are you to question we who preside over the tender skin of traitors?
Law are only halfway through creative.
Of course, Law, of course. Though I do wonder what...
Human bleed better than us. Humans squish flat better than us.
Challenge you to prove yourself a better torturer.
What a mess.
You can
Isn't
do what
there
you
a
like
tidier
with
way
us,
to do
monsters.
this?
You
Let's
You can
go
poke
through
my
dialogue.
eyes out with that great gnarled horn of yours. I won't talk.
comes for you.
This might actually work. It didn't.
Ah! Human silly.
Not sure the mountain may keep two shits about this. They hate the orcs, so me getting rid of a couple of their guys isn't gonna matter. He has 2 good resistance potions. I think Hansada would be the better target to go after. It's much weaker. Still, I can't exactly get to him all that well. And I can't kill Nolan, so
Shut eyes. All is right.
Shadows of hell breathe life into me.
What a mess. Isn't there a tidier way to do this?
yeah, he gives 0 shits. Which is good for us. Could I use a spell to end things quickly?
What's going on in there?
Attack of the aerosol!
Are you gonna get out? You look so shiny eyed. All comes for you.
Crippled. 80% chance to 6 resist and doesn't resist. That's the standard these days. As opposed to, in all fairness, for the most part I do resist those. It's not that bad really. I don't think you had any particular weaknesses, right? Everything works. And I think we're gonna go with damage instead of disabling things with Hansada.
Infernal embrace! I invoke the father of flame.
What a mess. Isn't there a tidier way to do this?
floor is a little bit tougher. I think a little bit of tactical disabling here could go a long way. Still about 50-50 chance we're gonna succeed in these. But we don't. So they're doing like 100 points of damage with just shadow damage is tenebrium damage. So they're literally, I think, the same thing. Just a different naming scheme. So a lot of the void creatures have ranged attack and others that are pure shadow damage. So I think that I need to put more pressure in prioritizing tenebrium damage resistance. In a way, it's irrelevant against opponents that have a little bit of extra damage on their weapon here and there. But it could be vital in getting immunities, the long spread. The long...
What's going on in there? This sounds awful.
Shut your mouth.
I can probably kill him. No. Right. While not important now, it'll be vital in the end game. The bosses there probably summon new health constantly. So that's spell damage, which elemental resistances will clear, but they will also likely have shadow attacks of various types. So if I can protect myself against those, I'll have no worries. I have my scrolls to do the damage. But if I ignore Tenebrium, I don't think I can get away with that. I'll constantly have to spend a couple of points. So I stunned his ass. Sorry, dude. Is he dead? Fuck.
I needed that. I needed that.
He was certainly alive like a second ago. I think that's the... I don't think he died from the shock. I think I could have, if I would have successfully convinced them to leave the orcs and goblins, then he would have stayed alive. But because I failed, he's dead. So I don't think there's much point in redoing the fight because of that.
Isn't there a tidier way to do this?
What's going on?
Barrel of Ooze, haven't seen those in a while.
Are you gonna get out, are you? You won't look so shiny-eyed when that big mean orc comes for you.
Well, that's a good reason to load. I have to kill everyone there now. So, we get into a fight, everyone has to die. I think the best path might be to challenge him into a torturing...
This place reeks of blood.
Ah, law cannot work in the law.
Of course.
Human bleed better than us.
A challenge, you say? Why, Law, that could be rather interesting, don't you think?
Law make human crumble. Law make human beg. Law face any challenge with one hand behind his back. Goblin smashing?
Assistant crashing? Law ready to face anything.
Well, Law, for the sake of space, perhaps we'll confine this challenge to knowledge. I'll present a test of 4 questions. If our challengers can answer 3 correctly, they'll win the right to interrogate this.
This is probably where the torture books come in handy.
3 correctly. Law, you keep it.
I haven't actually read even one of them, so I'm sort of curious to know what type of information they contain.
When Law smashed.
Kill me now, then. Go on, do it.
If I may, powerful blunt blows.
Right to elegant torture.
Oh, hello, oh wise and brilliant one. Perhaps a bit less pressure about the
I'll not tell you a thing. Do what you will.
Dear reader, what could be finer than the opportunity to transform supple yielding flesh into beautiful shapes and styles? A sculptor has his marble, and we have tender flesh.
Kill me now.
The patterns you choose out to fit not only your taste, but also the information you wish to learn. My personal recommendations are as follows. A 4-pointed star, where the bodies are. A great round pie, who's the spy. Ring of roses, where the gold is. So I'm guessing it'll ask something like that. What's the... So this is something that I can't guess. I need to have in the actual information. But it's also probably the sort of intended quest way to complete this. The conversation is there for you to just bypass it if you're confident in that. It's not the way to do it, really. I think there was at least another guy.
Kill me now, then. Go on, do it.
You can do what you like with us, you monsters.
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. Get back in there.
Toasty.
I'll win this one. The goddess is with me, I can feel it.
Listen, fellas,
We're not really
you
interested in
got room for one
fighting
more, don't
here,
you?
so
Fellas?
I think we're gonna do the
I don't want to drag over best, eh?
stealth gear or pickpocketing gear.
No, go screw yourselves with the
Do
rusty
we have
mace,
pickpocketing
why don't
boots?
you?
Yes, we
Seven
do.
it is.
The quality doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna call it, lads. Now for the fun. 2 o'clock. Queen of Diamonds. Let's shut him out and go get us some wine, why don't you?
I should have a natural +1. Right, so
Fine, right. I'll open with 5
I
big
need
ones.
2 extra
Going
points.
to call that hand.
What the hell is the... Okay, I have gauntlets.
Call.
Okay.
Now for the turn card.
2 rings should do it.
Anyone was waiting for that one,
No
eh?
need to get too clever about this. The rings are easy to switch out usually.
Fine, I'll check too. Now, let's see what
And we can
got
lose the
under
extra
there.
point of strength.
4 of
Right.
clubs.
So, pickpocketing.
Should I? Yeah, why not? 15 gold. Damn it all to hell,
Cheers. Though I wish there were
Let's
other
see
bottles
those
of gold
cards.
around here.
Let's hope and weak stick alongside the men. What a stupid
A little bit of extra luck picking the boots.
Conduit's orders.
Nice hand of
Best not to
cards,
get on
that
her
one.
bad side.
Cool.
You know that.
Let's have another round
yeah, but
before
our
I
orders
get
don't
too
come,
drunk.
eh?
I'm pretty sure I have 2 pickpocketing rings.
If you're so bloody hot and
Goddess is
bothered.
with me.
A sheep.
Do I have pickpocketing amulet then? I certainly can get it by pickpocketing, I mean. I suppose I could have technically just throw it away at some point.
No, you cannot. Good cards. 3 shine.
What? I haven't even asked a question.
I'm gonna call it, lads. Now for the slot. King of Clubs. Queen of Diamonds. Finally, Jack of Hearts.
Fine. I'll open with 5 big ones. I'll call and raise you another 5.
Let's wrap this up. Call.
Call.
Now for the turn card. 3 of Diamonds. Now anyone was waiting for that one, eh?
Lousy damn cards.
Check. Right. Let's see that last bloody card.
Fine, fine.
Got some kind of a key from the last one.
Lady Luck loves me. All
Clean
in.
up, clean out.
Too rich
What am
for my
I?
blood.
A goddamn
I fold.
scullery maid.
Come, let's see
It's
those
impossible to
cards.
say.
Is there anything more life-sapping than a standing guard? Dull, dull, dull.
I need more books.
Nice hand of cards, that one.
Oi! Drenched! The old mother's his small boat connector, does she? Tell her to stay in the warehouse. Tell the old mother you've got a problem with her judgment, if you feel so strongly about it.
Archers.
Like that, wouldn't ya?
You have a couple of these specialty arrows and
Damn your post! You only got the right side because the old mother felt
a
sorry for you.
dagger.
Doesn't matter how it happens. Only matter who's got right
No
side.
cursing arrows for us.
Bloody Frogskin thinks he's the king of the world because of his bloody post. I'll bloody well show him.
Crafting supplies.
None of your damn business.
Out of whiskey? Oh, this lad's are getting thirstier by the day. Well, not to worry. Oh, no, not to worry. There are more barrels to be found yet.
Yeah, I'm okay to steal these apparently. Don't understand why.
Oh, Eddie Fry. Ought I call you all father? Better quit that blasphemy before she hears you.
That's it, I need the money now, so...
You see that? I could have sworn that rat just winked at me.
But I don't think we're gonna get all that much done. I need the torture books, I need money... what else do I need? I'm gonna pickpocket a lot of people. And I think more or less that's gonna be it. I might be able to do some kind of small side quest, but I'll think that's more or less the extent of it.
Who do you think it was what took Gorig's horn? Well, if I know, why are you so inquisitorious? Have you been studying that bloody scribble page yet?
Of course, it'll be for a moment.
I don't understand why they don't care about me taking all this stuff.
Oh, Eddie Fry! Naughty dog! Ought I call you all father?
It'll be for a moment.
Better quit that blasphemy before she hears you.
To your health.
Well, I'm not gonna start arguing about this. Free cash for me.
What's it all got to do to get another round?
Ah, bottles, cups.
To your health.
Not really all that many empty bottles. I'll take what I can.
Another one for the collection.
This is the first
even
empty
worth the
bottle
rummaging.
selection I've seen in a long time.
Oh, a new immaculate face in town. What a pleasure to serve you. I've a deal running now. Oh, especially with the... Oh, you might imagine me... Well, can't say... Oh, but who's got time to think... Now there, Always muttering beneath his sour breath he is, but arguing some point of his left hands against the What about it? I can't say I know a thing about the armoury, but save bringing the occasional flagon to the guards there. But I've delivered a drink from barracks to bridge in the course of my work.
Yeah, chance of success is no chance in hell.
I appreciate your concern, dear friend, but I'm doing quite... What can I do you for? That I am. Each glass brings... Now, that was a man dedicated to fine liquor.
I think I'll
Knew
give
all
him the
there was
liquor.
to know about distilling whiskey, he did. Oh, what I'd give for a barrel of Glen's
I want to give it
good
now.
stuff now.
I don't think the effect goes
These
away
orcs wouldn't know what it
over
is.
time, so we'll be safe, I think.
Let's have a look. Well, I'll be ashamed to waste something so fine on... Look, stranger, I've been through hell and back 1,000 times in the last... The goddess must be smiling upon you. I've procured a particularly rare batch of whiskey here. Who's first?
Who do you think it was?
More golden crab. Elegant Torture Volume 4. Beasts. Man has a natural disinclination for certain beasts. Insects, spiders, and snakes rank chiefly among them. A designer can easily bend these disinclinations to his advantage. By placing one of these beasts upon a sensitive area of the source's body, example, the face or the groin, one can expect information to flow free and sweet as wine at a counselor's feast. Below is a table of the estimated times between placement of the creature and death or incapacitation of the source. Purple Prowler 5 minutes, Bull Scorpion 3 minutes, Crowned Serpent 30 seconds, Burrowing Fly 3 days, Smothering Spider 4 minutes. Because what's more wonderful in a game? Taking tests. All the joy of going to school revisited in a game. Yeah, I'd like to say it's probably easier to just go through the dialogue and guess, but in this case, probably not. I'm not sure if I'm gonna recall the exact times. Not sure if they're gonna be even asked, but maybe you don't need to get all of them right. Like if you get 2 in 3, that's good enough. It doesn't look like the orc was exactly super capable.
What is it, monkey face? The all-mother won't
Future
tolerate
Blast
your
uses.
distracting her right hand. She is the sun and the...
I'd like to get that off of him. Dragon Torture Volume 2.
Brave of you to disturb me, human leader. I am loved by them, naturally. I've developed a miserable... The town's... Yes, our but that's a matter, so it seems. But even the clever... How very obvious. Who better than a cow to bring a frightened calf back into the herd? Surely you and that bootlicker's sensibility of yours ought to have an insight or two into where a servant might seek sanctuary. The dear has... It would do you well not to cross me, whelp. For if I tire of dealing with you, I'll simply have you sent upstairs to the Spinebreaker. He knows just what to do with the toys Mummy Dearest sends him. The dear has certainly... It would do you well not to cross me, whelp.
Shadows hide your loyal servant.
Well, I know she's not gonna suspect me
Serving the goddess.
from about stealing these things.
What do you
Let the
call
rest
it?
die that we may live.
Oh, man!
I know there's a secret here somewhere. Into the deep. Mines of Crackspar. Potentially somewhat interesting stuff, but probably not. It looks to be item pieces that we wouldn't use anyway. That's it. Pre-tenebrum weaponry. That's it. It's not like it's horrible or anything, but it's also not particularly interesting. Ah, fine. We did it.
Who do you think it was what took Goran's all? Well, if I know, why are you so inquisitive?
You've been studying a bloody scribble page.
Not skilled enough at skill level 5. Yeah. That's interesting. So the game really doesn't want you fiddling with that. Maybe you get a higher... Okay. We did save. What happens if I buff up my dirty deeds levels? Does it actually become available, or is it just all sorts of bullshit? It does become available, but even at skill level 7, not good enough for Gutilda. I'm sort of wondering what exactly would you get if you go full in pickpocketing. I mean, natural 5 and as many gear as you can. Ooh, Gutilda is a problematic. Dark Avenger. She'll become stronger the more orcs we kill. And we're gonna kill a lot of orcs. Okay, torture number 2. The mind. Anything interesting? Nightmares. A tablespoon of pus of troll's oil will induce nightmares so terrifying, graphic, and lengthy that the subject will happily offer you any tidbit to avoid a second dosage, which may well equate 1,000 years in the darkest of hells for the unfortunate dreamer. Puppeteering. 1 1/4 teaspoon of bile of banshee will reduce the subject, already made malleable by other forms of compulsion, to a merry puppet. Once you are the puppet's master, you'll easily manage to access all manner of information locked in your puppet's little wooden brain. Still, that's not exactly all of it. We're missing at least one. I'm not sure how necessary that finding that is. Probably should have taken the test once to see what they ask. Meteor grenades, a standard loot. I don't think that's too much though. And I still keep looting every piece of crap, even though I said I wouldn't. Paper. Red Palace. I suppose we have to deal with the rat catcher situation somehow. Let's offer some cheese to one of the rat's nests. That might be the first step. Maybe we could offer the cheese here, I don't know. But we'll take this step by step.
Potent heat!
Get them before they turn to ash. 1, 2, whee!
Not sure what to do with this guy here. I suppose we should kill him. If he gets into the big fight where everyone in the city is fighting each other, that's trouble. Better take him out before that starts. It just makes sense.
1, 2, whee!
Murdered in their beds. At least they died as they slept, and not at the Orc Queen's cruel hands.
Poor little toys. Poor, quiet toys. I'm just fine, Sir Man. And you? Sit, sit, sit! Sit, sit, sit! Oh, hello.
I don't think there's anything particularly interesting here besides the spine breaker himself.
Poor little toys. Poor quiet toys. 1, 2, whee!
They didn't spare a soul.
Sit, sit, sit. Sit, sit, sit.
Shadow Essence. Ooh, and a heroic full plate armor. Strength 13, armor specialist 3. That's 6 ability points. I wouldn't mind spending that if I could get something truly good out of it, but this is a horseshit armor. At least in the armors I make for myself, I can get a lot of movement bonus included. Unless it's some kind of a divine armor at this point, I'm thinking of maybe ignoring the armor.
Poor little toys. Poor quiet. 1, 2, whee! Oh, hello, funny lady. Poor little toys. Poor quiet toys.
Wonder could you get Nora to
Hello, funny lady.
turn on your side? That would be very unlikely.
Yeah, new toys, new toys. But, Mum, she brings me lots of. Oh, are you?
think that once we start killing, might want to take things to the end fairly quickly.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
So don't want to do it now.
Got my eye on you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Don't talk to the small bones, brother. It only makes eating them all the less pleasant later. Maybe for you. Me, I like to know a bit about my habits before I leave.
Should have a significant amount of cheese.
Hasn't it, brother? Eat your faith in the old mother,
Don't want to throw it all there.
much longer yet.
Many rats scurry in and out of this hole. Where it leads is uncertain.
Vermin could harbour such useful relics. Share in the plunder.
Yeah, I used cheese, but didn't do much, did it? They just went away permanently. Let's try it again.
Why, I bet there's more pisses like God than whiskey in this vehicle. Get out of blind turn to ash. The noise I'm gonna have. Arcane texts of every kind. Get out before they turn to ash.
We do the same thing with the other rat holes. We can also go to the palace, I suppose, rat palace. I should have tried that immediately when I was there.
Back again, I see. If the elements world beyond your control, fear not, I've every scroll you need.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I checked
Soon
all
the
these.
flames will
So,
dance
could you
at your
buy my
behest,
crap?
and yours alone.
Some of them might be treated as weapons, technically, right? Not worth much, but still, it's an extra 10,000 for us. Gives us maybe around access to 10 master level spells, if nothing else. I'll sell the Tenebrium weapons to Tenebrium salesman. I don't want anything to do with those. We have the Tenebrium one, and that's gonna have to be enough for our Tenebrium needs.
Check these puppies out.
Back for more, are ya? Can't say I blame ya. None of dare cross
Yeah,
a Tenebrium
Guide to Elegant
sword
Torture,
without
on
thinking
volume 3.
thrice about it.
I knew I saw it somewhere.
Read the cards.
I'll win this one. The goddess is with me, I can feel it.
Let the lost die that we may live.
Bloody well clear, sir.
Tenebrium shield might be an exception to things.
Right, you round
Whatever.
2 cards for everyone.
Back round here and I check.
Good cards. 3 shiny ones.
We're waiting
And
to
back
fight
to
the
me.
final battle.
I'm gonna call it,
Time
lads.
is nearly
Now for the flop. Private mark.
41 on boots.
Finally,
I think we can do better.
What was the minimum? 5 gold? Fine by me.
What is our best value
What
on
are you, a
boots?
beggar? I'll add another 10 to the tally.
look at me shine. I'm out. This is
Call.
now for the turn.
Looking at the selection of boots available, these values are pathetic. I might want to hold on to those. No, 55, yeah. That was my recollection. Around 50 something.
Now, let's see what we're hiding under there. 6 of hearts.
Should I? Yeah, why not? 15 gold.
Earth, air,
Coming all to hell, I fall.
elemental tortoise unlocked. It's a good shield for us. Leadership, are you kidding me? Constitution, movement, air resistance, earth, yeah. These robes are said to be scarily strong. Plus 3 speed on a Tenebrium wand. This is better than the one I had before. The level difference is massive, but I wouldn't be interested in using this as a regular weapon all that much anyway. But the plus 3 speed is at least 1 action point, 2 if we're lucky. That's not something that we should shrug off. In certain situations that might be much more preferable than a couple of point in physical attributes.
And back to me. I'm gonna call it, lads. Now for the flop. 2 of clubs. 8 of hearts. And finally, 7 of clubs.
What was the minimum?
It
5
could be a good
gold?
sarong. Plus 2 strength,
Where are you, a
90% Tenebrium resistance.
To the tally.
Let's wrap this up. Goal.
It's really not bad.
Now for the third card. Ace of hearts.
We have at least equal level strength sarongs, but Tenebrium resistance is something that's much rarer.
Now, let's see what we're hiding under there. 6 of hearts.
Lady Luck loves me. All in.
Yeah, this is the only sarong with Tenebrium resistance. So poison resistance would be ignored, but other than that, it's I might even prefer it to what we are currently carrying. Certainly something I don't want to sell away.
Come, let's have another round before I get too drunk to read the cards.
I think that's all the torture books.
The goddess is with me, I can feel it.
Speed. What to do when time is utterly of the essence? It is unfortunate, but in the event that you are hampered from savoring your work by some time constraint or other, you must make a decision. Where to begin? In the event that you have but a moment, begin by removing the nose, skin first, from the face. The threat of losing the nose trumps even that of losing eyes or fingers. At all, a head without eyes is nearly blind. Head without a nose is a skull, a monster. Most sources will speak after allowed a brief moment to consider this possibility. For those who don't, move on to the lips, ears, and tongue. Offer the subject a scrap of paper and a piece of charcoal. You will learn what you desire.
Lady Luck loves me.
Okay, if we could settle the situation with the torture at least, that would be fine. There's no way we can settle this quickly, and there's a limit to what we can do. Ratcatcher, yeah, maybe I'd like to get rid of Ratcatcher, because as long as he's here we can't really proceed with him.
Now, born of yours, I won't talk.
Oh, hello, oh wise and brilliant one.
This wait a second.
And so the test.
Kill me now, then. Go on, do it.
You are asked to ascertain the location of a hidden stash of gold. Your sorcerer. Okay, yeah, it's a ring of roses.
I see. And what does Law think?
Law thinks the human is correct.
Question the second. You've determined that the best way to compel your source to speak is not through manipulating his body, but his mind. You desire to induce nightmares so horrifying, he would do anything to escape their hold upon him. What do you drop upon his tongue to call forth these dream phantoms? Pus of troll's boil?
Troll's boil.
Peel the pig's skin. Pardon me. Habit, you see. Your answer is noted. Law, what say you?
Human's brain is smaller than Law's berries. I say the other one's correct.
Question the third. A source has been delivered
News.
A bold choice. And you, Sir Orc, what do you think?
Easy as goblin strangling. The human guessed right.
Now for the final test. Question the fourth. Once enraged bull scorpions have been applied to a saucer's face, how long does one have to extract information before the mouth swells shut? 3 long minutes or 30 short?
I don't recall at all.
So shiny eye when
I'll
that
not
big
tell you a
mean
thing.
orc comes for
Do
you.
what you will.
What's that? Law was imagining turning human into bloodstain. Human answers even simple question wrong, after all.
What? Law has earned a score of 2, and the pigskin has earned a score of 4. Enjoy applying nail and screw to your fellow monkey faces, human filth. These pigskins are hardly worth our time anyhow.
So,
Great gnarled
very
horn of
specific
yours, I won't
questions,
talk.
but on the positive side, you don't need to get all right, you need to get 3 out of 4. And it's pretty much a guessing game, so you have 50-50 chance. You can at least get an even score by not knowing
Do
anything.
it.
I wonder if humans smash and bash like Law.
Well, at least the guy's alive, so that's positive.
A fresh pair of hands, are you? Please, you must kill me now. I will withstand anything, anything, and would rather die 1,000 deaths than offer a word to the enemy.
You know.
But there's something different about you. You don't look like the savages that ransacked our town. In fact, you're like the wizard, aren't you? A being of great power, and certainly not one of darkness.
Yeah, they're listening to what's happening.
Shut tight. All is right.
I don't want to kill him. I'll whisper to him.
There's a tunnel in this cellar, known to most only through legend. Explore the back wall of the farthest room in this dank place and you'll find it. And if you can help me find freedom through the tunnel, I'd be willing... Well, I'd tell you how to find the wizard's servants. You've proven yourself no friend to the beasts who destroyed our town. Perhaps you can help those in hiding as you've helped me. Speaking of the others, have you spoken to the other prisoners locked in this terrible place? We mustn't leave them here to be discovered by a second wave of brutes. What's that? They're coming. They've heard us. They're coming. This chaos.
This is fine.
Not you lot again. Oath and hissy, was it?
Only 3? There should be more. But this is fine. I doubt I could have accessed the door here before, unless I basically got hidden with it.
Savages. Back for more blood, are you?
Still, what exactly am I going to do? Air works the best. Anything but fire.
What's going on in there? It sounds awful.
This chaos.
Anything will pretty much work.
Isn't there a tidier way to do
Hey, yeah, these guards don't give a shit. So as long as we don't really use water, we should be more or less okay. This is not something I can quickly take care of.
You lot again. Oath and hissy, was it?
Gonna have to at least tank them for a turn. Also didn't really expect this particular fight to come our way now. Guess we're gonna finish things here and we fix that. I don't think a summoned creature would help here all that much.
Oath and hissy, was it?
Although they might retain their current positions and I could rain some crap on them. So maybe it would. Physical damage incoming could be substantial.
This chaos.
Yeah, this is more of a sure what we should do first. I'm curious to see how they react.
What a mess!
They're doing the goddamn thing.
To do this.
Not quite enough to rain crap on them. Well, I could, but it wouldn't. It would drain everything out of me, and it wouldn't end the fight. But I think I want to do it. The freeze effect would still be useful. It would give me enough time to recover from the spell. You'd have to be a bit careful where to dump it, though. Yeah, Mountain Warrior survived. Rest it. Play with that guy for a while. I need a rest.
This chaos.
I don't have combat gear. That's the big problem here. I have pickpocket gear.
What a mess! Did you get a tidy way to do this?
Not you lot again.
Failed to haste.
Hissy, was it?
Well, at least he's feeling warm, so that's something. I still want to see if they can, see if they can be lured to trip over. Maybe not. They seem to be that sort of opponent. Mountain Man. They have a weakness. No, not really. As long as you don't use water.
This chaos.
Trying to pile up status effects. Well, hello there, my friend. I can't really throw him in anywhere good. It will buy me a little bit of time.
This chaos.
Right, hello again, my friend. He should have a healing potion. I think I'll go with try to use his heals against him. We can push him below 50% health, he'll definitely use it.
Is your resolve wavering?
Yeah, that failed. We might still get lucky with this. Yeah, and it failed. Well, not much else to say about that anymore. Miserable failure. And I accidentally removed the spell there. Good job.
This savage is back for more blood, are you?
Fail, fail. It's a good chance of working with every attack I tried. Just none of it did.
This not you lot again.
And he'll heal up. Right. On the positive side, this horrible luck with state spect has worked both ways, so both have been trying to do things and none of them has worked. So, although his abilities have a much weaker chance of actually working, so it's not exactly the same. There's still one mountain warrior left.
This not you lot again. Oath and hissy was
There's not much I can do.
Oath and hissy was it?
How do you feel about poisons?
I know the ways of the serpents, yes.
He didn't take it well. Large resistance potions. Key, money.
Fine.
Still, I think we have to see this to the end now. There's more defenders. I need to get rid of them.
Free.
He will. Man, it has to beat this door. Let's see. Let him come to add us. We'll get 2 turns in a row. Might be able to do something useful. Bleeding failed. Yar indeed. Now I need to disable your ass. We're gonna go with a simple disable this time. For the next turn we'll try to do the healing thing again. He has a reasonable chance of resisting these, so I'm not too upset that we're failing. It's not good, but it's not that big of a deal either. I don't think we can do enough damage that he'll use the heal now, but we'll get close. We can push it over the edge the next turn. And it basically failed because I failed the spell itself. 20% failure chance. He has no real way of resisting this now. Yeah, chance to resist, decay, touch 0%. We just need to push him below 50% health, nothing more. I think with the regeneration I might be able to actually kill him. Not sure what he's doing. Yeah, 1005. He had a full heal of some sort. You got hit for 1556 points of damage. That's a good one.
May I be valiant as the Lion of Summer.
Still, can't leave this guy alone here.
Sweet relief.
No pickpocketing chance. Right. How do we start this? I think we're gonna go with the summon creature. This allows us to get to the lower hit point values faster.
Double time.
It'll last for 2 turns because he has a 0% chance of resisting it. So it's not gonna go away prematurely. I want you to be able to push him toward the 50% line. Yeah, we can easily do it now. How many hit points do you have? 1383. Okay, where the hell is the... Already used the skill in combat. I actually didn't. I guess the game counts that in a very different way to how I understand it. Still, fair enough. It'll do this the other way.
I bind you in solemn battle.
I don't want to disable him because I'm relying on his abilities to actually kill him, so... adrenaline probably works fairly well. I just need a little bit of extra damage on him. There we go.
Spirits of eternal flame to my aid.
So he's dead. He doesn't know it yet. He's dead. Come on. I did pick up a key, so what key was that? I can afford to get rid of that. I have the unlocking scrolls to do it. I just don't know what's the point. Surely the people here would have had the key. Maybe the guy here. One of the prisoners was certainly hiding something on the bed. So the key would be to the jail cell.
Our Saviour! I know not why you take pity on us, but I thank you for your kindness. But wait! We can't take a step toward freedom without Nolan. Have you seen him? They took him away quite some time ago, and we've been here in terrible... He lives! Oh, by the Blessed Seven, we thank you! The terrible ordeal he must have gone through. But it's over now, isn't it? Before we were overrun by orcs, this prison was little used among we of Hunter's Edge. Still, there were always rumors that its cells couldn't hold captives for long. Some said they were swallowed up by a demon. They were only rumors.
Hello again, stranger. Do you often visit the condemned in their cells? Before we were overrun by orcs, this prison was little you.
I'm free!
And actually get to what's below.
Hail, my heroes, and good
All
riddance to
that
those
digging and there's nothing here.
Is he trying to dig a way out? Is he trying to hide that? Is that it? I don't know.
You made short work of those monsters. If not for you, I'd likely have been trampled flat or crushed to pulp. I owe you my very life. The tunnel out is here somewhere, in the farthest room, if my sight serves. Fortunately, you'll be able to move freely now that you've dispatched those guards. If you can prove your goodwill, that is, if you can help me escape this terrible...
Okay. So, how exactly do I need to do this? I know it's there, but what triggers it? Surely it's not the candle, that would be ridiculous. I just need to break it. I don't know. There's a button.
What on earth? A tunnel? It must have been uncovered by prisoners long ago.
Yes. And we've cleared the place, so there should be no threat to the escaping prisoners. Right, that all makes sense. Can't go there. My camera refused to go. Mission successful. Hopefully there's no too many negative effects up there. I don't know.
You made short work of those monsters. If please, you must help the others escape first.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Let's go.
Hello again, stranger. You've cleared the way. All right.
You made short work of those... It's too good to be true. You found the tunnel then, and the other prisoners are already free? All set. My hero, you...
See if I can take another look at this. I'm assuming it's him trying to dig a way out or something. Although that's...
All that digging and there's nothing here.
Okay. But... yeah. What about the locked door? What about everything else?
It seems we weren't the only prisoners to find passage in this tunnel. But it seems our predecessors didn't have a hero to guide them.
Yeah, it's clear.
Ah, it's like the sun after a long and frigid winter. We've lost, but perhaps something I overheard could be some compensation for your troubles. One of the orcish brutes mentioned that Grutilda is collecting quite the stash of loot. You can find the entrance to the cellar from around.
That's not useful to me.
What news? What an invaluable friend you've been to me. And now I'll endeavor to return the favor. The hidden villagers, yes? The wizard prepared a special hiding place for them. A cellar outside their home, concealed by a massive black boulder. First, though, you'll need a key. This you'll find within one of the wizard's beehives. Destroy the boulder, unlock the cellar door, and you'll find yourself face to face with those you seek. And now freedom. Freedom and sunlight. Freedom and fresh...
Yeah, this didn't go well. Because the fucking rats were supposed to be taken care of first. Crap.
Toasty!
Fine, I'll check two women alongside the men.
Well, they're not murdering me yet.
Hey, conduit's orders.
I need to contact the orcs immediately. Not orcs, rats immediately. I can get it through poison, but exactly what we want. We want to use them ourselves, if at all possible at least.
No rats here, it seems. Perhaps they're all on the hunt.
Yeah. How do you trigger this?
It's heating up. I'd prefer to drown my sorrows
I
with
get all
ale.
the peace I need from serving the goddess.
I don't really see too many rats here though. After I offered the cheese, they sort of disappeared.
It's all mother, I'll say. The humans do what
You know where are rats? There are rat holes all over the place, but no rats.
human. Even the name sounds diseased. Can't come to work today, boss. I've got the human, and it's
Many
itching like
rats
mad.
scurry in and out of this hole, where it leads.
No, they
I'm
don't.
certain.
That's the thing.
Afraid of a single frog-skinned one of you? Then why not stand up and
I'm
face
gonna
me?
talk to Ratcatcher, see if he has something to add.
They're keeping the peace for now. Chief's orders. That
Yeah, this-
other tusk's yours to keep.
Come out, take the cheese and let's end of it.
Y'all can't stand the thought of his own tribe getting ripped to shreds, can you?
Yeah, either way, I'll end after talking to Ratcatcher. Seems like things are not happening here.
Lingering around here anyway, human.
Brutilda doesn't tell you a thing, does she? We're waiting to fight the final battle. The time is nearly
I'm warm
nigh.
as fresh apple pie.
Kind of worthy scrap or two.
Poison will definitely get them out, but that will be a hostile interaction.
I need to admire my work. My shapely physique. Well, get an eyeful. Something must have startled them. Was it you, traitor? Did you tell them?
Yeah.
I swear, I can explain.
It worked. You didn't have to interact with the king, but the rats are gone. I think that means we can have a good touch with the rat catcher. That'll get rid of the problem. The rats are not the problem, it's the rat catcher. Without rat catcher, they can't interact with the
I
rats
feel
at
like I've
all.
just had a long bath in a cold lake.
After that, I don't see any reason why we couldn't go after the missing villagers.
Goodness. Is supper already upon us? I'd hope for something with considerably less gristle, but I suppose you'll do. Have had the pleasure of making... He's dangerous, yes, and quite mad. But I'd trust him with my own neck. There's not an orc in Riverland that would dream of crossing Brutilda, no matter how mad.
So he won't do anything to him now. So I can't get a rat catcher.
Discounts on magic baubles.
This did not go well at all. I suppose I always have the option to use poison cheese. Either way, I'll end this here. I need to figure out what is okay to do now and what isn't. If not, we can always use poison cheese to lure out the Rat King.